When it comes to her work, nothing makes my wife Sharon happier than to book a cruise for someone and find out that she has a way to save them money that they didn't even know about. Now I know you're probably saying, hey Jamie, where's Sharon and how come she's not here telling us this? Hey, don't blame me. It's not my fault, it's your guys' fault. You won't let her get off the phone long enough to make a video, so I'm sitting in for her to keep the YouTube content coming out. And today I'm going to talk about one of our favorite topics, and that is onboard credit. Hello everyone, I'm Jamie from Sharonatsea Travel. Thanks for joining me today on the video. If you're new to cruising, let me quickly cover a few of the basics. When you spend money for anything on your cruise, it's charged to your onboard account, and that account has to be paid in full before debarking your cruise ship. Now you can choose to pay that account with cash, cruise line gift cards, or a credit card, but you have to have one of those methods already linked to your account to avoid being denied a purchase on the ship. Now one other way to cover those charges is called onboard credit. That's where there's a credit with a dollar value applied to your onboard account that will cover an expense. For example, if I have $100 in onboard credit and I spend $100 in the gift shop, the onboard credit covers the amount of that purchase, so I don't have to pay any more with my cash or credit cards. Now I know you experienced cruisers already know how the onboard account works, but I wanted to go over this process for any new cruisers watching the video today. Cruisers love onboard credit, so much so that they will often brag about it to their cruising friends or companions every chance they get. Well, I want you to be able to brag about it too. So today, I'm going to share 9 ways that you can get onboard credit added to your next cruise. As a travel agent, I know Sharon will look for onboard credit every time she books a cruise for someone, but if you like to book your own cruises, these are all things that you can do for yourself as well. All right, so let's get started trying to save you guys a little bit of money. First, on many cruise lines, you can check under your cruise line member number to see if you have any available promotions that include onboard credit. There may be deals for upcoming cruises that the cruise line is promoting, or you may have a casino offer that can result in some sort of onboard credit. If you can't find that information online, you can always call the cruise line to inquire about it. Also, don't assume that there are no deals available just because it's your first cruise. As a matter of fact, I'd recommend that before booking, go to the cruise line's website and create an account for that cruise line. You might just stumble onto a first-time cruiser promotion. Next, go ahead and buy some cruise line stock. Many cruise lines now offer shareholder benefits in the form of onboard credit if you own 100 or more shares of that cruise line stock. Now, due to the pandemic, cruise line stock is still relatively inexpensive. So this is a great time to grab 100 shares, and the more you cruise, the sooner those shares will pay for themselves. The third way to obtain onboard credit is to make sure that you mention your military status when you book. A number of cruise lines will offer some sort of onboard credit or at least some type of savings to say thank you for your service. This perk may also be available on occasion for first responders. Just remember to make sure and ask if those benefits might be available for your booking, and also remember that you will be asked to validate that you are eligible for those benefits with whatever documentation the cruise line may require. Number 4 is what we call turning price drops into onboard credit. In the event that there's a price drop to the price of your cruise, the cruise line will usually adjust your price accordingly. Now, if you happen to be paid in full and you notice a price drop, some cruise lines, not all, but some, will apply the difference in the cost to your onboard account in the form of onboard credit. As a reminder, when it comes to price drops, it has to be the same type of cabin in the same cabin category, and make sure before you inquire, you are also comparing the total price that includes port fees and taxes. Now, I love when this happens to one of our bookings because it's like finding free money when you least expect it. Now, how about this next one? Book your next cruise while you are on your cruise. That's right, every cruise ship will have some sort of future cruise desk, and some cruise lines will really promote this method of booking more than others. Quite often, if you book your next cruise during a cruise, they will offer some onboard credit as a way to say thank you for your loyalty. This is a great option for people to book their own cruises, but if you have a favorite travel agent, don't worry. The cruise line will usually credit the next cruise to the same person that booked the current cruise that you're on, or you can have them add your travel agent's name to your new booking. If all else fails, let your travel agent know about it when you get home, and they can handle transferring the booking for you. On a side note, a few cruise lines will offer welcome home promotions under your member account for a few weeks after your cruise that'll have onboard credit perks attached. So look for those promotions shortly after returning home from your cruise. Another way to get onboard credit is to use a cruise line branded credit card. Many companies have their own credit cards, and cruise lines are no different. These credit cards will turn points you've earned into onboard credit, and on occasion, non-branded credit cards will offer a similar benefit as well. Make sure to check the rewards section of your credit card to see if they have any connection to your favorite cruise line. Okay, we have 3 more to go, but if you're still here with me, hopefully you're enjoying the content, so maybe I can ask you to consider subscribing to the channel and spending more time with us here at Sharon@Sea Travel. Just hit that subscribe button, tap the like button, and feel free to share the video with friends and family so they might benefit from it as well. Thanks very much, we really appreciate it. All right, number 7, land-based casinos. Now this one can be a little hit or miss, but there are a number of land-based casinos that have affiliations with cruise lines, and if you frequent these casinos, you may be able to get your hands on a cruise offer that might include some onboard credit. Now these don't have to necessarily be like Las Vegas or Atlantic City casinos. Your local casinos in states that allow gambling will offer these as well. You may have also seen some apps for your phone that are connected to casinos that will offer cruise deals and discounts in addition to casino, hotel, and dining perks. Oftentimes, these are referred to as free play. These onboard credit offers are not as frequent, but if you enjoy land-based casinos, keep an eye out for these offers. Now, next is a method to get onboard credit that we kind of hope you really don't have to use, and that's getting it for issues you have on the cruise ship. Now, in the event that your cruise has to miss a cruise port, or you may have some sort of itinerary change, you may get your port fees back in the form of onboard credit, and sometimes they'll even offer additional onboard credit to make up for your disappointment. Also, in the unlikely event that you encounter a customer service issue and you bring it to the attention of guest services management, they may offer some sort of onboard credit as a way to kind of apologize and appease the situation. Now listen, I'm not telling you to run to guest services to complain, but in an unexpected situation, you may be offered some onboard credit to turn that frown upside down. And remember, whoever you're dealing with at the counter, be nice. You always catch more flies with honey than with vinegar. Now finally, number 9. You can get onboard credit by booking into or as a group. If you happen to be cruising with a number of people, let's say as a family vacation, and you'll be booking at least 5 or more cabins, you should look into booking as a group, and that might enable you to not only get potential group discounts, but based on the cruise line and the length of the cruise, you may be entitled to a certain amount of onboard credit per cabin. Now you can arrange this yourself if you book direct, but using a travel agent in this situation can really make it an easy process. If you're just booking one cabin, there may be times when your travel agent has access to an existing group, let's say through either their host agency or maybe even a group cruise that they're personally hosting. And by booking into those groups, you may be able to get onboard credit and savings as well. Now here at Sharon@Sea Travel, we love hosting group cruises, and many times when Sharon books a group cruise, she's able to offer some sort of onboard credit per cabin. It's a great perk and it always comes in handy. Now like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, one of Sharon's favorite things about being a travel agent is letting a client know that she can offer them a savings on their booking that they weren't even expecting. Let us know in the comments below the video if you've ever gotten some unexpected onboard credit, or share another way that maybe I didn't cover that can add onboard credit to your next cruise. We'd love to hear about them, and it always helps out your fellow cruiser. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.